Hello gamers! Welcome to Libang Pagong Gaming Channel, your go-to destination for all things about PlayStation. I'm DK. We invite you to hit that subscribe button to join us in exploring the wonderful world of PlayStation. With that said, join us as we talk about the 11 educational games on PS5 in this two-part series. The second game in the Memory Lane series, Memory Lane 2, was released by PlayStage Interactive. It is a puzzle game which includes exercises to strain memory and increase retention. This game's concept is as clear and easy to understand. You must turn over cards until you locate a pair of cards that have identical image on both of them. You can go to the next level and carry on with more of the same game once you find all the pairs in each level. As you advance through the levels, the game grows increasingly challenging but never to the point where you will get stuck. What more suitable alternative is there than a matching pairs games if you're looking for a straightforward game? It comes in handy when interacting with children whose brains are still developing. The interactive quiz game Papa's Quiz was released by Old Apes. There are several categories to select from when playing this game, each one targeting a distinct area of available information. The gameplay concepts used here are rather easy to understand and simple, similar to Memory Lane 2. The Papa character and his sidekick Monty host the game like a quiz show. You can start immediately with a quiz after creating your character and customizing its traits. You can have up to 8 players compete in a quiz at once because this game supports multiplayer. Using the D-pad controls, you can choose your response to questions that are presented in a multiple choice format, something akin to the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game show. These games are divided into categories such as entertainment, astronomy, music, pets and animals, geography and history, pop culture and video games, sports and recreation. There is a sizable selection to pick from, and up to 3,000 questions are divided throughout almost 200 of these categories. The first person to buzz in and properly answer a question based on a photo that appears on the screen receives points for that round in other areas. Papa's Quiz is one option if you're seeking the top educational PS5 games that strongly emphasize general knowledge and let you compete with friends to make things a little more fun. In 2020, Microids released the instructional game Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It is a recreation of the same name popular game show for video games. This game offers a choice of up to 3,000 questions, but you can only answer 15 of them at once. The game format is straightforward. You must first select an avatar for your character before choosing a game mode and 4 questions packs to activate. The kinds of questions you will be asked will depend on the question packs you select. For instance, you can choose from the start from categories like history, entertainment, and lifestyle. When you grind the game to a certain extent, numerous different question packs can be unlocked. After all of this is set up, you move on to the actual game, where you compete against an American presenter who poses the round's questions. You have access to lifelines like 50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience, much like the game show. You can play family mode, co-op, or online multiplayer in addition to the solo options. While the online multiplayer uses a battle royale approach with up to 99 players answering the same questions until one player remains, the family mode features questions that are primarily geared toward kids. This game has many of the same features as the well-known game show, so if you enjoy those, you enjoy this one too. One of the most well-known gaming series out there is Assassin's Creed, and gamers have grown so accustomed to the plot and setting over the years that they almost feel a connection to their favorite characters. The game's creator, Ubisoft, must have noticed this possibility and tried to make use of it by including extensions separate from the standard story mode. The Discovery Tour is the name of this expansion. The Viking Age, which serves as the basis for the game itself, is a topic of the Discovery Tour for Assassin's Creed Valhalla in 2020. Even though the actual characters and events in Assassin's Creed are mostly fictitious, the games are heavily influenced by history and mythologies. Because of this, Ubisoft frequently needs to conduct extensive research when creating an Assassin's Creed game. However, they cleverly figure out how to convey this information in a fun way so that players can learn about the historical events the games are based on. It is a fantastic approach to edutainment, especially for those who find it difficult to enjoy instructional games that are more overtly didactic. 8 tasks available in the Viking Age can be completed without engaging in combat. As you progress through these missions, you will discover a lot of the Norse and Anglo-Saxon cultures of that period. You can talk to NPCs to learn even more information, or you can just go around the world and look stuff up for yourself. Additionally, there are areas marked with blue markers that may be unlocked to reveal behind-the-scenes footage from the creation of Valhalla, which sheds light on some of the procedures involved in game production. With Discovery Tour Viking Age, learning from the world is more important than having fun in it. In 2015, a squad created and released the spaceflight simulation game known as Kerbal Space Program. The creators later published an improved PS4 edition in 2018 and a PS5 version in 2021. Over the years, critics have given each of these titles rave reviews. Although the game is quite informative, it nevertheless behaves like a video game. You can fully immerse yourself in a made-up space universe with a plot and gameplay mechanics while engaging in all of your favorite pretend astronaut activities. The player is in charge of a space program that is run by a crew of Kerbals, a kind of green humanoid extraterrestrial. You're going to assist the Kerbals in their efforts to create rockets, build space stations, and travel to space. This is a simulation game, so you can expect a realistic physics engine, which is crucial to the educational aspect. The game is so realistic that NASA gave it a thumbs up. This is perhaps the most enjoyable experience you can have that will also serve as a lesson if you are very interested in physics. And that concludes today's episode. Check out our other videos for recommendations and more gaming content. We appreciate your interest and hope to see you in the next one. Happy gaming, everyone!